Rich people and poor people think about luck differently. You see, when poor people think about luck, they think of good things happening to them without their input. The rich, on the other hand, look at luck quite differently. It's more about unexpected bad things that are not under their control, interfering with what they're already doing. Here's how you can do the same. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. 15 steps to create your own luck. Hello, Aluxer. It's so great to have you back with us for this Sunday motivational video, especially since we're taking a look at one of the most interesting topics out there. Isn't it weird how most successful people out there give conflicting advice, like you have to make your own luck, mixed with I got really lucky? What most of them are trying to say is they were prepared for the opportunity, and when it finally hit, they didn't let go. That's how we want you to think about luck, and today we're going to point you in the right direction. Here are 15 steps to create your own luck. Step 1. Understand how lucky you already are. Face it, your life is pretty amazing already, isn't it? You're doing at least okay, enjoying this educational content on your high-end device, in the comfort of your home or car, surrounded by a bunch of stuff you already get to enjoy. Life is good. Yeah, we know it could be better, and we plan on showing you how you can do just that. But without understanding just how lucky you are to be alive right now, you won't be able to appreciate the things that are waiting for you. You could have died by now. You have some people who care about you. You have a home. Be grateful for this. Remind yourself often just how blessed you really are. Take this opportunity and write down 5 things you're grateful for in life. We're not kidding. Do it. Put this list in your pocket and remind yourself constantly. You'll wake up tomorrow and not let all of this good fortune go to waste. You're almost responsible to make the most out of it, aren't you? We're all a lot luckier than we realize, believe it or not. Usually, we get what we want, or near enough. The problem, people, is that they don't want more. Step 2. Venture into the unknown. Try some new habits. Here's the deal. Doing more of what you've done will get you the same results you're getting. If there was any luck in what you were doing, you probably used it all, so you need to go find luck in other places. Most people think luck will come to them, when in reality, you accidentally run into it. This implies you'll have to run. The best thing you can do is to pick up some new habits, change some existing ones, and see where they take you. It begins with a decision and figuring out what it takes for it to happen. Once you do, keep going and growing because of it. Here's a quick example of something that happened to one of our friends. He picks up a gym habit, meets a guy, they become good friends. The friend asks him to come to an event with him, where he ends up meeting the woman he's now marrying. And you certainly know of similar events in your own life. Some call it serendipity or chance, but it definitely wouldn't have happened if he kept shoving takeaway into his mouth on the sofa watching Netflix. In order to get yourself up for a shot at getting lucky, literally, you need to venture out into the unknown and be more than you already are. Step 3. Learn to have your eyes open. Ready to have your mind blown? In the last 2 weeks of your life, you've come near not only 1, but 2 life-changing opportunities. You're just now aware of them. There's an almost infinite number of variables going on in your life around you. Every week, you could make one decision that changes your life completely. Do you know how many times you've been in a room with someone who literally could have changed your life, but you were unaware of it? Think back to the biggest shifts to ever happen in your life, and you'll realize how lucky you are they worked out the way they did. These are happening all the time. You're just aware of them after the fact. So why is it we don't all see these? Well, for one, we're busy looking at our phones, but that's not the main thing. It has to do with what we're asking our brain to focus on. Here's a quick experiment. If I asked you to go out and look for red cars, you'd suddenly notice them. See the car model, the license plate, who's driving. You're making an effort to see the red car. But if at the end of the day I asked you how many people were wearing jeans, you'd get mad because I made you look at red cars. What do the jeans have to do with anything? This experiment is called the invisible gorilla, and hopefully most of you are familiar with it, but it proved that if people are focused on one thing, everything else becomes a blur. And what did you do for the past couple of years? You focused on the day-to-day stuff, your job, your bills, your to-do list. You're missing opportunities because you're not looking up around you. Step 4. Search and apply to every opportunity. Now that we understand we have to look for opportunities, our behavior will change. With your eyes and ears open wide, you're casually going about your day. From chat to chat, you hear about a new opening at a competing firm. You hear about the next-door neighbor wanting to sell off his house quickly because he's getting divorced. You notice a business event happening next Friday or a class about a passion of yours. The more you look, the more of these opportunities will show up. You know what the hard part is? Shooting the email saying you might want to interview for the job, calling the neighbor to start a dialogue, or buying the tickets for the event. Other people are seeing these opportunities as well, but a small portion of the population takes action when they see something they're interested in. Almost everybody else postpones it until it fades into a what could have been category. In the words of the great Wayne Gretzky, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And here's where things get amazing. You only need to hit one of those shots and your life upgrades immensely. Step 5. Get really good at one thing. In order to make the most out of every opportunity, you have to have a key that gets you through the door. Otherwise, you're just walking past the building. This is where you should be strategic with your life. Pick something you feel you could be great at and master it. Going laser sharp at one thing will give you the competitive advantage to make sense of opportunities others are missing. Every skill tree can grow branches, and depending on what's available to you, you might end up growing in different directions. As long as the sun is shining on your street, you'll keep growing. When you're really good at something, you don't have to search for work. Offers come to you. Do that until your position is solidified. In the process, you'll start to see different opportunities you could branch into, but you have to focus your efforts on the one thing first. This is a mistake newbie entrepreneurs make. They try to do everything but end up doing nothing much at all. Pick a strength and put a couple of years into it. Yes, years. If you're in this for good, it won't happen overnight, no matter how good you are. One of the best books on this is The One Thing by Gary Keller. It gives a holistic approach to the problem of being distracted by too many shiny objects, and it should definitely be on your reading list this year. And you know we've got you covered. So go to Alux.com/freebook right now and sign up. If it's your first time, our friends at Audible will allow you to listen to one audiobook for free, so you might as well make it this one. You're welcome, Aluxer. Step 6. Make your work visible. You know how some people are mad that others get opportunities that maybe they should have deserved? Well, guess what? Your work or your ability didn't shine enough to be considered. We all want the most capable person for the job, but we don't know about you. We don't know what you can do, so the opportunity goes to the best one we know of. Shocking, right? If you want to start getting lucky and get those amazing shots at life, you need to be bigger. You need to be more visible. Show the world what you can do. Document it, put it out, post it, yell it if you have to. That's how people who need what you're offering will find you. And if they don't, go find them yourself. We got the opportunity to work with some of the biggest brands in the world, and truth be told, not all of them have heard about us. We reached out to them and showcased what we can do. That's how you create your own luck. Search for that email and take your shot. What's the worst they could say? No? Well, the answer is no by default if you don't ask. Number 7. Keep showing up. I tried it once and it didn't work. I tried it for a year and it didn't work. I went to the meeting and I didn't get it. Well, shoot. Keep at it. Not getting it is a part of the process. How can the world know you really want it if you quit after your first rejection? How can you expect to do this for the rest of your life and want to quit after only 1 year? Every successful person out there has a bunch of rejections under their belt, and probably the main reason why they're regarded as successful today is because they didn't allow those rejections to stop them from their pursuit. Oprah was told she wouldn't be right for TV or radio. Stephen King's books were turned down by almost everybody. Billionaire Jack Ma couldn't even get a job at KFC. Ask any one of them, and they'll tell you how they took it upon themselves to create their own luck. Show the world what you've got. Keep putting one foot in front of the other no matter what others are saying. It's just a matter of time until you catch a break. Step 8. Follow your gut. There's something in each of us that we really can't put our fingers on, but we know it's there. Some people call it their gut, some call it instinct. It's a feeling you get when something is about to go right or wrong. You might not want to go to a different city for an audition because of the long drive, but if you're feeling like this might be the one, go do it. Is this the right person to go into business with? Trust your gut. How do I feel about these people? Are they genuine in their intentions? Then why does it feel like they're hiding something? The more you use your gut, the more accurate it becomes. You learn how to pick up on subtle hints that will save you from a lot of trouble and heartache. It can also make you rich and successful when used right. Learn to use it as a compass and see where it takes you. Step 9. Meet people. Be nice to them and offer to help. We want you to write this down. People create opportunities for other people. If you're looking for opportunities, first look for people. They have all of them. People know things. They know other people. They know what they need. They know what they're struggling with, what's working, what's in store for them. You're 6 connections away from basically every person in the world. A Microsoft study called it the 6 degrees of separation over 10 years ago when the internet wasn't as big as it is today. If you're looking for luck, look no further than with other people. The Buddhists call it karma. Basically, for every good you do, you get a certain portion of luck, which will serve you well at some point in the future. All you have to do is be like those cake people on Reddit and farm karma. Offer to help those people who are looking for it, and you'll be amazed where it leads you. If you can't help yourself, it's great when you can recommend someone who can. Now, 2 of your connections are better off because of you, and they'll remember it. Step 10. Work smarter, not harder. You want to get lucky in life? Don't get stuck, because if you're stuck, you're not growing. Luck favors those who are agile, who move, who embrace change. To put things into perspective, think about it like this. Hard work gets you more of what you're already getting. Smart work is what allows you to go beyond that. But how does one work smarter? Here's what you need to do. 1. Track down what you're spending most of your time on. 2. Identify the tasks that take up the most time with the lowest value. 3. Either automate, outsource, or systemize those. And 4. Use your free time to acquire new skills. That's pretty much it. People often say, "Oh, you're so lucky to be your own boss and have your own business." But so many people make the mistake of starting a company and being the only employee in that business, working way more than they ever did for lower money than before. Your goal is to not be that. A week ago, we made a valuable video about the difference between working hard and working smart, which you can check out by clicking in the top right corner right now. Step 11. Keep saying yes. There are 2 different parts of life of a successful individual, the yes and no times. This might be your first time being introduced to this, so pay attention. Depending on where you are in your journey, you should make a priority to say yes or no. If you're feeling stuck, if you feel like you're not breaking through into that next level, if you feel like you don't know exactly how to make the jump, then you have to say yes to every single opportunity coming your way. The goal here is to increase your chances of finding that one thing for you to grab onto moving forward. If this is you, then it becomes a numbers game. Meet as many people as possible. Take on as many projects as you can. Do anything you can do until you find that one thing. This is especially true and useful for people early on in their journey or those who've not yet found their thing. Once you do, it's time to focus on saying no to everything else. Once you identify the next milestone in your life, you gotta remove your distractions. People will want things from you, mostly your time, and every minute you give, you're taking away from the life you could live. As your journey progresses, you'll find your ability to determine when to say yes and when to say no improves dramatically. Once you get the hang of it, other people will look at the thing you're achieving as luck because they can't figure it out. Step 12. Raise your expectations. This is a big one. Every successful person out there expected themselves to be successful. Every rock star was once a kid who made it their mission to become a rock star. Without the expectation of an incredible outcome, it'll never happen. Simply put, your life changes based on your expectations of it. Do you want to live like this for the rest of your life, or do you expect more of yourself? Do you think there's more to life than waking up, going to work, eating, and going back to sleep? Do you expect others to treat you at your real worth? I mean, damn, Gina, do something about it. The moment you raise your expectations of yourself and those around you, this new set of standards will force you to change your behavior. No matter how high you set your expectations, if they're not backed by action, you'll still be in the same place you're in right now. Step 13. Think like the super successful. Hey Aluxers, truth be told, this is the only shortcut we found towards success. Now let us explain. As you know, there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. But there is this thing where you can trick your life into success. This has nothing to do with the law of attraction, but instead it's about thinking bigger, solving a bigger issue. It took us a couple of years to understand this, but it takes the same amount of work to make $1 million per year as it takes to make 50,000. The difference lies in the scale of your thinking, and if you're gonna think anyway, you might as well think big, right? Start looking at the bigger picture. Start looking for that, if I get this right, my life will change opportunity, and pursue that. Super successful people don't waste the majority of their time on day-to-day activities. They're super busy looking as far ahead into the future as they can. Once they have their eye on the prize, they reverse engineer the process and focus their actions on the correct stepping stones. Step 14. Leverage bad luck. Okay, maybe you didn't get lucky in life so far. Maybe you've had a chain of bad events happening to you. Well, we've got good news. Your good times are ahead of you. Although we are super complex organisms, everything around us obeys a couple of universal laws. One of them is the law of averages. For all the shit you've had to endure so far in life, there's caviar waiting at the next stop. Who knows? You never really know what worse luck your bad luck has saved you from. Maybe you didn't get the job you wanted and this crushed you in the moment, but it forced you to start a business that's growing beyond your wildest dreams. Maybe your crush turned you down and your heart was broken, but a year later, you met the most amazing person in the world. Things that may seem like bad luck in the moment, given enough time, might turn into positives. If you were to live your life without any knowledge of what it takes to create your own luck, the law of averages would be an incredible place to begin with. But this is where things become interesting. If you're actively aware of the things we mentioned on this list, if your actions are strategic, this is no longer just an element of chance. Life becomes like one of those rigged dice with a heavier bottom. Which brings us to our last point. Step 15. Don't leave your own luck to chance. Getting lucky isn't a long-term success strategy. Always be wary of the people who expect luck to solve their problems. We prefer a different bunch of people, those who don't need luck to get everything they want from life. You see, hard work looks like luck to those who weren't paying attention. Your happiness, your success, who you are, should not be dependent on something outside of your control. Instead, understand that you have the power to decide what you want to do tomorrow. You've made a choice right now to absorb this information, so might as well put it to work, right? You have the knowledge, you know what to do, you just have to use it. No matter how hard things get, just hang in there. Change the little things you can change, and sooner or later things will start going your way. Once you become self-made, it's hard to listen to people who didn't get lucky because you see that luck was their only ingredient. Which brings us to today's question. When did you make your own luck? We want all of you to join this opportunity and share personal experiences of when you created your own luck. It'll be super valuable for the community to understand that this is something one can actually do, and what better way to showcase it than through the Alux family. Share your stories. We'll be sure to lurk around in the comments as well. And for those of you who watched until the end, we're sharing one bit of bonus information. Step 16. Hard work beats talent and luck when talent and luck don't work hard enough. If you were born into a successful family, if you have access to every tool you need, then good for you. Make the most out of the hand you've been dealt and don't take it for granted. For the rest of you, we know things could have been better, but what's behind you, you can't change. You know what you can do something about? The future. You control how many hours a day you put in, how much you learn, how much you practice, how hard you push yourself. Lucky or unlucky doesn't even matter at this point. Luck is too small of a percentage in the success equation. Remember Fort Minor? 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, you know the rest. Are you gonna push through the pain? Are you going to come out on the other side? Or are you gonna be a victim, complacent in your mediocrity? Live your life wondering what could have been. You made a choice today to watch this, and we congratulate you for it. If you took the notes, if you pulled out the golden nuggets, this next week is going to be different for you. Use the word luck in the comments just to prove you made it to this point. Then go crush this week. We challenge you to see opportunities where you've never seen them before. Go make your own luck, Aluxer. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question on our website, Alux.com. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.